Libras, this is Leah with Half Moon Tarot. I will be doing your October 2022 reading. I've already meditated over the cards and asked that Spirit bring whatever is necessary for you to hear, for you to know, expect, and be prepared for, okay? So in the meditation, the Five of Coins comes out, followed by the High Priestess, followed by the Four of Swords, okay? And in the meditation, the thing that came to me was there has been a shift in your world, in your life, in your mental health, your physical, your morals, your standards, your values. There has been a shift in those things. And also in relationship. But it wasn't for nothing. The shifts that have happened for you have gained a better understanding of the relationship that you have with yourself, okay? You've done a lot of work, Libra. You've been doing a lot of work. You've been stressing yourself out to no end. And there are some health concerns with that, but also there is more of an appreciation that you have now with yourself. You know, if you can't count on nobody else, you can really count on yourself, because I really feel like there were times when you were counting on people to get certain things done or to get something done that was important for you and not so important for them. And when it came time, you had to step up and get it done. You had to step up and do whatever you needed to do to get it done. And maybe at the time you didn't think you were capable of doing something like that, but you needed to be in those stressful situations. You needed to be in that state of shift in order to learn that, shit, I do have this. I can do this on my own, okay? Now, when the Four of Swords comes up behind the High Priestess, it really lets me know that now that you have reached the peak of what it is that you wanted to accomplish, now everything is starting to settle, right? Pay attention to what is happening mentally. Pay attention to what is coming out of your mouth, because in those spaces and places of exhaustion, we could start to call in things that are unnecessary for us, unnecessary health issues, unnecessary exhaustion, and time, unnecessary time wasted, okay? If you need to have a break, Libra, take it. It's yours to have, okay? If you need to say no, say it. It's a complete sentence. It doesn't need a cosigner, okay? So in the meditation, you've reached the peak of your goals that you wanted, the goal you wanted to accomplish. Now it's time to take that necessary break. Now it's time to celebrate what you have accomplished. Don't move too far forward. The Four of Swords also talks about thinking way ahead, you know, being so proactive that you're hurting your present, okay? So just be in a space of accomplishment and celebration and not thinking too far ahead, like you have to not thinking too far ahead like you have to be ready for the next thing, right? And it's like, in that space of celebration, in that space of acknowledgement of the goals that you have achieved, you will obtain everything that you will need in order for the next step. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So enjoy the time that you have, okay? All right, so let's see what's going on for Libra's October 2022. All right, Libra's October 2022. All right, ooh. Major key alert. All right, so the cards that come out is the Strength card, the Devil, and the Knight of Swords. Let me wrap my brain around this one, okay? You are really good at taking risks, Libra. And I don't know if the people around you are really aware because you hide it so well, but you are really good at taking risks. It's like in the evening or whenever you sleep, if you're not already dreaming about the decisions that you're going to be making, it's like you take the time to really, it's two things, right? So one half of my Libras is really taking the time to figure out what balances them, figure out what decisions they need to make, what's going to be the best for them. This is what I'm talking about the overthinking when you've already accomplished a goal, right? Now you're thinking on to the next thing. Okay. My other Libras are really paying attention to what is happening in their dreams. Okay. Those are my really connected Libras, especially, and I don't mean connected as in networking with people. I mean connected to themselves, that relationship, that spiritual relationship, okay? Because our higher self, our spirit, our goal, whatever that is, it is speaking to us through our dream state. And Libras are taking note to that. So if you haven't been taking note to that dream state, Libra, make sure that you start. Put a notebook next to your bed. Be sure that you're writing it out when you wake up. All of that. That is what is going to help you with that decision making. But when it comes to risks, Libra, you all are the best at it. You all are doing risks that you might have worked out the kinks 5 years ago. Okay, because everything is setting itself up to where you need. And for the outside people, it looks extremely risky. But for you personally, internally, with that relationship you have with yourself, it's a part of the plan. Okay. So you have this strength in risk taking that really puts you in a space of winning. Okay. That 5 of coins popped back out. I really think that this is playing off of the meditation in the space of mixing my one half of my Libras with my second half of the Libras. And let me explain, okay? So my second half of the Libras, like I said, they're super duper connected, all right? This reading is just confirmation for you, okay? My first half, that is very in the 3D world of making things happen, this reading is more specifically for you to learn from the second half of my Libras, okay? So being in that connected state with yourself and knowing what is best for you and achieving your goals is where we need to be in the state of. Yes, networking and connections and people are important. But if I'm just making connections and if I'm just networking with people because I believe they're on a different level than I am, and that's the level that I'm trying to reach, you're going to be disappointed when you find out that they're not. Okay? Ones that are connected with their spiritual self and their relationship with themselves, they already know when they step into the room spiritually who is going to fit them and who is going to not, right? When it comes to achieving their goals, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to any umbrella of category you want to put it under, okay? And that is where my first half of my Libras need to get to, that spiritual connection and building that relationship with themselves, okay? Because there is a strength there. There is fire there. There is a passion there that not everybody is going to understand, right? And not everybody needs to understand it. The card that comes out is the Two of Swords, okay? And the Two of Swords has a few different meanings, right? One is the obvious of making decisions, going back and forth, but it's a mental overload. And it's a mental overload because you just can't visualize where each decision is going to take you. It also means the fact that you could be stepping out on faith, and you could be scared to step out on faith, right? There might be a fear there to step out on faith, and for good reason, right? Because you know that there's a shift that needs to happen. You know that things are going to have to change. Physical things, whether it be your home life, your job, how you look physically, all of these things will have to change. For example, over the past 2 years, I have been scrambling with going natural. Okay, my natural hair. And I stopped getting relaxers around that time, 2 years ago. But I had my curly hair underneath, my relaxed curly hair on top. And at some point, the two didn't look good together. So I had to really sit with the relationship that I have with myself and say, is it something that is going to kill me if I cut all my hair off and be what I want it to be, right? If this is the decision that you're making, it can't just happen. You got to grow with it, right? So I'm asking you, Libra, is there something that you are scrambling with and in your mental, going back and forth with it, and knowing that there is going to be a shift that happens outwardly, but it happened inwardly first? Okay. Oh, I hope I'm making sense. Because in order for it to happen inwardly first, you gotta step out on the faith. Now, I don't have good hair days every day. And every other day, I'm like, I think I'm gonna just go get the creamy crack, because sometimes I can't deal with it. And then I give it a day or two and I'm like, okay, yeah, she cute. You know what I mean? But it's going to take some time, right? And I didn't need to know what the pattern of my hair was prior to getting it cut off. I didn't need to know if people were going to like it. I couldn't even see the future of what that would look like. And yet I did it anyway, right? Because I trusted the fact that this has been my hair for the last some odd years. So you might as well experience exactly who it is that you are, right? See if you love that person, right? See if you love the person that you got to wake up to naturally every single day, right? So what is it, Libra, that you're working back and forth through, that you know that is going to be an outward shift, right? Whether it be in morals, values, physical, home life, car, whatever it is, there's a shift happening, and you're scrambling between back and forth if you really want to do it or not. Take the time to come to a content state with it for yourself, but also just know that you don't need to know the next step. It will happen. Right? And maybe that's the accomplishment. The accomplishment is making the first step towards it. And that is the goal. You reach the goal. The goal was to come to my natural hair. So I cut all off the relaxed hair, right? That's an achieved goal. Now I have to be in it. Now I have to wear it with honor, right? So maybe that's the accomplishment. The first step is just to do it and wear it with honor. And I believe that you're going to be more surprised with the reaction to it, because it's not going to, right now you're feeding off of your own fears, okay? Off of the unknown, off of the uncomfortable, and none of those things are real, okay? You're feeding off of false hopes, okay? Because at this point, if you're scrambling back and forth because of a decision that you need to make, then we need to look at the facts, okay? Because there is a shift happening. And happy birthday to you, okay? And the Devil card plays into such risk. It plays into, and that's what baffles me though. You all are like, you're great at making these risks. So I'm not sure as to, it must be something really important to you. It must be something that is really tied to your emotions, tied to your thought process, that when you do reveal yourself, it's like, now I thought Libra was da 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 da, right? And people change every day, B. People change every single day. So why not you? Ooh, major things are happening, okay? The last card is the Star card, right? And you got to know that it's all about you, Libra. It is really all about you. Your world is about you, okay? And how the world around you fits with you, okay? If it don't fit, you must have quit, right? So you gotta like let go of things that no longer fit who you are, so that you can make that decision can be easier for you to make, right? So if you want to do something that is really going to shift your world, you have to look at the world around you at where it currently is, right? Moving into the space that you want to move into, do those things reflect that space? Accomplishing a goal, do the things around you currently reflect that accomplishment of that goal? Okay? Because in the end, it's all about you. Every single one of us, not just Libras, but every single one of us, right? Our world is about us. And if we're trying to move into the next phase of our world and the next phase of our life, we really have to take an assessment of what doesn't reflect that next phase. What doesn't reflect that next level, that next world that we want to be in, okay? And I think it's risky because you hold these things on a pedestal. You hold these people on a pedestal that you've attached yourself to, but deep down, you knew that they didn't reflect who you ultimately were or who you ultimately want to be, okay? Because the Star card is talking about being your number one player. It's talking about being a reflection and you being reflected, okay? And if you don't find yourself in other people and other things, what good is it doing for you? What good is it? So just be on the lookout for that, Libra. All right? All right, Libra, this has been your October 2022 reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next month.